Hi there, Mark O'Brien here from the For the Love of Wrestling event here in Manchester. I'm joined now by the custodian and owner of Progress Wrestling, Lee McAteer. Lee, how are you?
Good, mate. Feeling a little bit worse for wear. I'm not going to say why, but we're here. We're in the van. It's pissing down. It's going absolutely amazing in there for the love of wrestling. It's just great to be a part of it.
This is brilliant. So this is obviously the third day Progress have been involved with this event. This is the third year as well. So on Friday, you guys put on a huge show. Stars from all over the UK came in from one big event. Marquee stars like Man like Doris, our OTT Zone, Charlie Sterling, guys like Damo, etc. highlighted the show. What have you kind of, as a Progress as a promoter and an owner, what have you kind of taken from this event? What was your goal coming into it?
Well, I've got a long history with this event. So I first started to help Andy Cleek and Monopoly events back in, I think it was 2018, in which it was myself and Kenny McIntosh that were doing all the interviews. So back at that particular point, I was interviewing Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, rest his soul, amongst others. And it was something that we did with a previous brand of mine, Wrestling Travel. So it worked well in terms of being able to push out the convention and, of course, give us a bit of brand awareness. So I've been very fortunate to be part of this event for a long time. And then, of course, we've now moved, Andy moved the event from Liverpool to Bowlers here in Manchester. And it kicked off with the Progress event. And it was... it's been a pretty crazy weekend, I must say, especially with what happened yesterday.
Yeah, and like, listen, it seems to me you guys have had a pretty hectic year so far, be it from start spreading in the news event when you guys moving from the WWE network, then you obviously guys with Wrestle Tours having a huge tour around America for WrestleMania 39. I was chatting to you inside, you mentioned the travel you guys have done and prepping for next year with Wrestle Tours for WrestleMania 40. In terms of long-term future for Wrestle Tours, for Progress and the kind of partnerships you guys are garnering, be it through For the Love of Wrestling. This summer you've got shows in conjunction with WXW, your Super Strong Style event at the end of May, and then at the end of the summer you're also doing a conjunction around the time of the AEW All In event at Wembley. You've got a partnership with Defy running shows on the same day. How important are partnerships, particularly in the independent scene, for your own brand's longevity and for brand growth and awareness?
Well, for me, relationships matter. And if we're going to get the industry to grow as a collective, I think it's really important that we all get on with one another. And dare I say it, whilst what I'm about to say might not necessarily be the coolest thing in the world to say in terms of creative and storylines, I think we owe it to the talent first and foremost to have a decent standard of what every talent can expect when they come to a show, whether that be medics, whether that be, I mean, we for example have a like a physiotherapist that's with us. Little things like having water, energy drinks, you know, these should be the absolute bare minimum that any talent should expect when they arrive. And therefore, at the same time, is that if we can all have relationships with one another to the point that the talent are being looked after properly, then for me, I think that's a good thing. Then, of course, you've then got the actual business aspects. Does it make business sense? Are we trying to grow it? You know, for me, when myself and Martin took over Progress, we didn't just say, actually, we just want to stay in London. You know, we had global aspirations for what it was that we were trying to achieve. We're going to be going to Canada later in the year as well, which we've actually, I don't know if that's been announced yet.
Wow, okay, that's an exclusive for us. Brilliant.
Sorry. So, apologies if I've just got rid of it.
I can put that out if need to be,
and then we're doing some more stuff in the States, and obviously with Wrestle Tours, it's offering opportunities to the talent that they wouldn't necessarily have had by being able to network with people. So for example, at the last Wrestle Tours event that we had everybody from Mickey James to Emma to Madcap Moss to the Foley family, Santino, obviously massive fan of Santino. I mean, what a great guy he is. And it really became a bit of a family operation in terms of everybody wanting to enjoy WrestleMania. Then Chavo Guerrero turns up, and you know, they're the kind of things that actually, from a customer perspective, if you're wanting to pay for that kind of experience, to be in and around the wrestling community properly, where everyone's enjoying it as a fan, then that's the kind of experience that we want to be able to offer. And then, of course, you then bolt Progress into that and our global aspirations. And in fact, last week I had somebody reach out to me about wanting us to go to Australia. So it's a very exciting time for what we're trying to do globally. And of course, as you rightly said, in terms of start spreading the news, that was of course all about the fact that we were leaving the WWE network. And it's, there's a lot going on. I'm losing my voice. But you know, it's exciting times, and I really think the scene's on fire at the moment.
Well, listen, firstly, I really appreciate your time. At the end of this month, you're having your Super Strong Style event. this summer then with Wrestle Tours, you've got the Money in the Bank show series. Fans will be going over for that. Then at the end of the summer, you've got AEW All In, which Wrestle Tours will be in conjunction with as well. What can fans expect? You've already touched on it previously on the quality of experience fans will have. And I know myself from previously doing the wrestling travel tour to WrestleMania Dallas last year with yourself. What can fans expect if they sign up with Wrestle Tours for this summer, be it for a number of different events, or even fans coming for your Super Strong Style at the end of this month?
Well, I suppose if we talk about Super Strong Style first, I mean, I'm so excited about it. We've got the return of Mark Haskins to Progress, Nathan Cruz, the first ever Progress champ. I mean, that in itself is great. We've got a number of other people that are going to announce, but recently we announced also Nick Wayne, Leon Slater, Tate Mayfairs. Do not sleep on Tate Mayfairs. When he says the greatest professional wrestler ever to walk planet Earth, the boy is good, and he's starting to realise he's very good, and I'm very excited for Tate. And I sincerely hope with the other announcements that we're going to be making soon that it's going to be a very exciting event to be a part of. Of course, it's our WrestleMania, it's our Scrappermania, it's our biggest event of the year, and of course we'd love people to join us for that. When it comes to the Wrestle Tour side of things, is we have been talking with AEW regarding trying to put something together for what's going to be a phenomenal event in Wembley, and I think it's fair to say that we all want it to be a massive event because therefore it's growing the scene collectively. Money in the Bank needs no introduction. I think it's probably the fifth best pay-per-view now, if you were to say it's now a big five, and the fact that it's in London is going to be fantastic. And of course, what do? We try and look after people. We treat people who are going to be treated, and for me, if you do that, then you can't go far wrong. Doesn't matter if it's wrestling, football, and some of the stuff that I do, or anything else in between. Treat people who are going to be treated, and you never go far wrong.
That's amazing, Lee. And listen, thank you very, very much for your time. And listen, I know myself, a lot of my own friends from the Irish wrestling scene are travelling over to Super Strong Style. We're travelling over to Money in the Bank with Wrestle Tours, and people are making their plans for WrestleMania next year with you guys as well. So thank you very, very much once again for your time, and thank you for everything you're doing with Progress and all your other affiliations. Yeah, no, thank you very much. And also big shout out to Joe at OTT. Absolutely amazing podcast, and make sure if you're not going to OTT, go to OTT as well, because together we're really trying to grow the scene. So let's really kind of help professional wrestling and the indie scene grow even further, because it's the better good for everybody. So thank you very much for your time, really appreciate it. Amazing, thank you.